Welcome. Welcome. Look around. This is Monsterhearts one-shot special. Unfortunately, we are missing our good friend Dr. Wreckage tonight, and so we will not be doing our favorite Alloy of Law. But rather than squander the gift of guests that we have been given, we just all decided that it'd be better if we played a game about teenagers who fall in love and then eat people. So welcome to Monsterhearts, a game about teenage monsters and their friends who they occasionally kill.
Occasionally.
Sometimes more than occasionally.
This is Powered by the Apocalypse. If you've followed this stream for any amount of time, you've probably seen one of these before, and it won't be too confusing. All the materials you need in order to follow along with play are going to be on the link that I'm throwing down into the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, everything will be explained in the description section. Just go ahead and click down there. So, introduce our guests tonight and look at all of those lovely places you can go to follow them on Twitter. Tux, people can follow you on Twitter at Tuxtradamus, right?
That is correct, if they would like to. They can also follow me on Twitch at Tuxtradamus, and they can subscribe to me at YouTube/Tuxtradamus. I'm all over the place.
That's intense. As a YouTuber, what do you YouTube?
Mostly tabletop stuff. Probably gonna put some more video game stuff up soonish if my Steam will stop being weird. Today it decided to not work at all, so I need to figure that out. I had to delete all of my stuff because that's what Steam recommended, and that didn't work. So we're gonna slowly piece my games back together.
Yeah, that's rough. It's a rough life.
It's a hard knock life for me.
I understand. Kelsa, people can find you at Kelsa.
Yes, they can on the Twitters at Kelsa, or on twitch.tv/KelsaDelphi. I'm in both of those places. I'm online. I'm on the internet. Find my face.
Suzanne, I think I did not spell your Twitter name correctly on this overlay. We're missing. It's I am a Snarky Pants. I am a Snarky Pants. However, in the description of the video, it's correct, and I believe on the map screen, it's also correct.
Awesome.
What do you do, and what can people find you doing on Twitter at I am a Snarky Pants?
Yeah, I am brand manager at Roll20, and you can find me on Twitter at I am a Snarky Pants. And on there, you can pretty much just find me being snarky about everything, and sometimes really excited about things too.
Oh my gosh, what is happening? I literally put at SerialComma in the Twitter, and it just ended up being at IA. I don't know.
Well, it's a good thing you linked them to a strategic design consultancy with offices in Zurich, Tokyo, and Berlin.
Jesus. All right. I thought the stream was starting with no problems, but little did I know all of the problems had already happened. Yep, professional streamer right here.
The problems were there all along.
Yeah. Perfect.
Very similar to the game we're going to be playing tonight. You think there's no problems, but there are actually all of the problems.
I mean, no, they're very upfront that everyone's got problems, and they need someone to solve it. So, yeah, we're just gonna jump right in here. Again, if this is your first time watching an Apocalypse World or Powered by the Apocalypse, we probably should take a moment to maybe check out another Apocalypse World stream where they more closely explain the basis of the rules. I think we've all already played Monsterhearts, correct?
Correct.
I mean, I have to say that there's like a nearly 100% chance that happens, since at least 2 of you have played with me.
Yes.
And when I mentioned Monsterhearts, Kelsa was immediately like, yes, I know of this game. Let's play it.
Let's do that. I'm excited.
Yeah. Let's make some characters, because we didn't have characters before we got started, because it's been a crazy day. I see some people might have gotten close to finishing. At least someone renamed themselves. So, who wants to go first?
Oh,
I hope someone is going to play the Fae. Well, good news. Tux, why don't we talk to you to start then?
Alrighty. Yeah, so I will be playing the skin known as the Fae. If I could read from the kind of the blurb about the Fae. At the edges of this world, just beyond the veil, there are colors that few mortals even dream of, beauty enough to shatter any heart. The Fae live and breathe at the edges of this world. They keep a dusting of magic tucked behind their ears just in case. And the Fae are willing to share. They're nothing if not generous, asking only for one thing in return, a promise. Keep it and the true beauty of the world will be revealed. Break it and feel the wrath of fairy vengeance.
I feel like with all the Winner's Edge work you've done, you're probably going to be really prepared for oath-breaking justice.
Yeah, just get ready. Just you wait. So yeah, my Fae is gonna be a male named Dylan Boria. As his human name. You know, the fairy name is way too long and complicated to talk and say in English.
Yep, I understand.
Yeah. That's the name he's chosen to go by at school and such.
My cousin Philanthropist is a Fae.
I have a Fae friend, so like I'm allowed to say these kinds of things. Yeah, so the look is that I chose for him is disheveled, lyrical eyes. So
No. What is lyrical eyes? Explain this to me.
Like they're a very bright blue, and so like when you look at his face, you just kind of like get like the sense that everything's gonna be okay. Like it's like a song you hear in the radio all the time that you can't just help but dance to, you know.
So it's a Taylor Swift song. Your eyes are Taylor Swift songs.
Sure, if that's what you want them to be. Dylan does everything that you want him to be, and more.
Now I'm a little worried. That's less like a Taylor Swift song and more like a Justin Bieber song.
If that's what you want. Yeah, so disheveled, like he's got like scraggly brown hair. Kind of usually wears like kind of darker clothing, like hoodie, jeans, sneakers, the like. Kind of like the cool kid apparel that's hot with the youngsters these days. The origin I chose is Fae-born. So both of his parents are Fae. Like he grew up Fae and knows like all about the Fae and everything. I have some ideas about all the Fae stuff that he's part of, but we can cover that later or as we go if we would like.
Let's cover the basis of everybody. I'm sorry, but what was your origin again?
Fae-born.
Fae-born. So you're like a real Fae. You're not one of those, semi-Fae.
I didn't happen upon it at some point. No, like I was born into it. I've been to the Fae realm. Got people I know, things to do, all that jazz.
Yeah. Who's up next to the monster block?
I can go. I am playing a werewolf named Margaret Fern. Let's see. Do people know basically what werewolves are? I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see. So for Margaret's look, she is rugged with fierce eyes. So fierce. I think she looks a little bit underfed, a little bit sort of gaunt and cranky and hungry. She's always a little bit hangry, which is perfect because I wolfed down my own pizza slice right before we began today. Her origin is she was awoken. I think on her 16th birthday, her grandmother gave her a fur coat, which is just, sort of terrible choice.
Was it like a red coat too? Like a red riding coat? With fur lining?
Really cool, but no,
I know. It's just a regular fur coat.
Just a mink fur coat. And she sniffed it and went, pray. And then kind of just howled at the moon and ran out. And her family thought it was really weird.
That's a rough 16th birthday too. That's going to stick with you.
But then they repressed it and never talked about it again.
As you do.
As you do. Yeah. And that's Margaret.
Yeah. That sounds like the kind of thing that happens in everybody's childhood. So Kelsa, let's talk to you. I have no idea. Oh, you were gonna play the thing, right? You're gonna play the one thing that does the stuff.
I'm gonna be the chosen.
Yeah.
And
Can you read the little chosen blurb so that
sure.
I mean, not that I need to know, but just remind me what exactly is a chosen.
Sure.
The world needs you. It needs someone brave enough to walk blindly into the darkness and to shine light for all those lost souls out there. They need a champion. They can't do it alone. There's just that one nagging worry, that one that rears its head at the worst possible moment. What if you're not good enough?
Yeah, I mean, what if you aren't good enough?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds very unfortunate. Yeah, let's hear more about this chosen.
Her origin is destined. She
all right, Buffy.
Yeah, and she's got the tattoo, birthmark, thing.
Whoa, what shape does that take?
A spear.
Oh
Ooh.
man, that's very Longinus. Okay.
I know. And she looks average with disquieting eyes. There's something, just when you look in her eyes, you can tell there's that destiny is just right there beneath the surface. And,
Listen, I don't know if you've ever read this comic. It's called 8-Bit Theater. It's a recreation of the original Final Fantasy, and there's an ongoing gag in it about the orbs of destiny, and they use light bulbs, and the king's like, why, these orbs of destiny are only lukewarm with destiny. Those other ones are positively fiery. So yeah, I guess when people look at you, they do see that destiny behind your eyes. I assume it's like JFK, or I'm trying to think of anyone I've ever looked at that I've been like, that person has a destiny. Elon Musk, Hillary Clinton, sure.
Other politicians?
Yeah, I mean, I am just going through politicians.
Yeah, like one day she's gonna be a politician, but right now it's high school.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't need a demon-killing sword as a politician. It seems like it'd be very useful.
Right?
Well, we are trying to get 4 in our other game. So, they are pretty important.
They aren't demon-killing swords. They're swords of destiny.
And aren't you politicians?
Yeah,
We
we're
are.
all politicians. Yeah, Tux, let's cut back to you.
Sure.
And talk about your stats, because you get a bit to move around with here.
Yes. So I start out with 1 hot, -1 cold, -1 volatile, and dark 1. I get to add 1 to those, and I'm going to choose hot.
Yeah, some like it hot, and some like when the heat is on, like the power station. Yeah.
What do I need to do? Go over my moves too?
Yeah, let's do moves and then do some backstory, because I need to know a little bit more about you so I can ruin your life.
Of course. Yeah. So as a Fae, by default, I get Fairy Contract, which is basically all about promises and contracts made to me. Because like Fae are all about that, like deals and promises and such. And so basically, if anyone ever breaks a promise they make to me, I get to do some stuff to them, because you don't break a promise you make to a Fae, or you do, and then bad stuff happens.
Yeah.
The other one I'm going to take is the Constant Bargain, which also very much deals with that. And this one is when someone asks you to do something important for them and you do it, roll with hot. And then I get a few things that mostly has to do with strings, which are another part of this game, which kind of shows like how much influence you have over somebody and such. So if I do, when I do favors for people, I get to play around with the strings we have on each other.
All right.
And those are the moves I took.
Let's talk about your backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wear your heart on your sleeve. I think that means you give everybody some strings.
Yep. Everybody gets 1 string on me. Because I'm kind of just, I'm just me. Not that hard. I'm picturing Dylan as like, he's the guy in school that like if you need something, you can go get you go to him and he gets it for you. Like you need cigarettes, he has a cousin. Like you need alcohol, you know somebody. You need the test answers for tomorrow. He's got those too. Like he's the guy who can get things done. But you also know he's gonna like come after you like, hey, I got you those things last week. Now guess what I need?
Now it's time to pay the piper.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
may or may not actually own panpipes.
And my next part of my for the backstory thing is I've captured someone's fancy, gained 2 strings on them.
Yeah. Whose fancy have you captured?
Let's see. I was thinking obviously this can be someone
It can be an NPC. Yep.
Yeah, it can be an NPC or it can be a player. Did either of you want to be the person who I have captured their fancy, or shall we come up with an NPC for us to play around with?
It could be. I don't feel strongly about it.
Sure.
It would be interesting.
It would be interesting. You'll probably tie it better with the plot.
It would be interesting either way, or any of 3 ways. Phrasing. To have an NPC that we were all tied to, or alternately to get messy and I'd be willing
Yeah,
to
sure. Yeah, okay,
volunteer.
let's come up with an NPC that we can all be tied to. That'd be cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's collectively make this NPC then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like maybe we should do it Professor Oak style.
Oh my god.
So I will ask you, what is his name? Or
Professor
her name?
Oak.
Or their name?
It has to be Professor Oak. He's the only one for me now.
You want this person's name to be Professor Oak?
First name Professor.
Are we freshmen in college? And he's
No, it's high school. High school.
Right.
But
Oh,
yeah.
okay, so it'll be a little weird.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
I mean, you guys could just call this person the professor.
Yeah.
In the tradition of Professor Oak, I now need to ask.
Oh, it's like maybe this is like the really like the smartest kid who's like the valedictorian, always gets the stuff right. He's the person, or he or she, or they're the person that I go to whenever I need like school stuff. And so I've like I'm one of the people that like always talks to them. I'm always like really friendly with them, and so maybe that's why I've gained their fancy, and that's why we call them the professor, is because they're like the smartest kid in school.
Everyone's good with that?
All right, yeah.
Maybe cool.
Tell me more about the professor. Are you a boy, girl, other, they, monster, semi-monster, actual ghost? Tell me more about this person.
Maybe he's kind of androgynous.
Kind of androgynous. Sure. Okay. What do they look like? Maybe a little elven. Is that?
Yeah, something like that. Like kind
elven,
of like
maybe like pointy ears a little bit. No one really notices it except the other monsters.
Yeah, it's super subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Lithe feels like a word.
That's what I was thinking too. Like pretty skinny, pretty lithe.
Like everybody else thinks they're awkward, but they don't actually do anything awkwardly. You know?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Anybody else would describe them as gangly, but really lithe is more appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
like everyone's like, oh yeah, they're coming back. I wonder what they're gonna do next. Like, oh well, what was the last thing they did? Like, well, you know, there was that one time. No one can actually really name anything they've done that's too awkward, but you just assume it for some reason.
So this person is very connected to you, Dylan.
Yeah.
Secretly fancies Dylan. 2 strings.
Yeah, I have 2 strings on them. How about a name for them?
Beyond just Oak. I mean, is it a first name or a last name? Is their name Oak Red? Oak Blue? Oak Yellow, sure. Maybe?
Oak, yeah. Let's say Blue. Should we? I kind of really want their first name to be Blue.
Yes.
Okay, so their name is Blue Professor Oak.
Yep.
And Professor is their Their cool
Yeah,
names.
it's Professor in quotes because it's a nickname.
Exactly.
Yay! I love it.
Yeah. Let's hit somebody else up real quick about some stats and moves and backstory.
Sure.
We're freeform here. All right, Chosen. Let's hear from you. We're just theater department today.
So I get +1. I start with 1 hot, -1 cold, 1 volatile, and -1 dark. And I'm going to go ahead and choose to increase my volatile by 1.
Well, that won't have any negative consequences at all.
Oh no.
You basically use that to hurt people or run
Yep.
away after you're done hurting people, right?
Yep. Well, also I've taken the skill Take the Blow. I can leap into the way of harm and take that harm for somebody else, and I also roll volatile for that. So
Wow. Okay.
I also have taken Come Prepared. I have an outlandishly large armory complete with ancient artifacts, just in case.
Sure.
Yeah, fine. It's all part of the destiny. There's like a little welcome kit, and then you get like the key to the extra dimensional.
I mean, obviously there's a Disney musical every time you open the armory about how you should be prepared.
Awesome.
Destiny.
I have 2 friends that I can rely on for monster slaying support, and I can pick a string on each of them. So I'd like to say that's Dylan and Margaret.
Cool. Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Margaret, but I just don't have time.
So we're starting out with everybody being friends, or at least you think so.
Sure.
At least
So,
I think so.
Was that was a string that you have on us, or we have on you?
Yeah, I have on you. I have
Okay.
So you have 2 on me.
right. And then there's someone that knows that I'm the chosen one and wants you dead. MC can give them a name and they get 2 strings on me. Now, interesting.
Is it blue?
It was blue. Like
The sexy witch hunter.
I am just
chosen
putting it
hunter.
out there.
I mean, I love conservation of detail, but I really feel like having a person who wants to kill you, whose name is Exandrius, and everyone just calls him Xander.
I've never known a good person to be named Xander.
Yeah.
Sorry to all the Xanders out there.
His name is Exandrius Nor.
All right.
Yeah, and let's see here. He gets 2 strings on you. Perfect.
Is it Nor N-O?
Nohr.
N-O-R.
Oh.
All right.
And he's blonde hair, blue eye, but still very dark. He also wears, I think it's called kohl, like the dark eyeshadowy stuff. And he's also got one of those. He's got the Farah eye tattoo thing going on with the Eye of Horus on one of his eyes. And the other eye has a scar over it, like somebody cut him with a knife.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's a very tough-looking guy.
Xander's been through some shit.
He looks like a young Channing Tatum in like human build.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that's terrible. You still have the really bad haircut that young Channing
Oh,
Tatum
of
had?
course.
Aw, that was
It's
just
still part of
a
his
sad
character.
time.
Yes, guy. It's Exandrius, not Alexander. Although, yes, Xander can be short for Alexander. Alex Xavier.
Alex Xavier.
Perfect. We're just perfect at this. We're great. What's your relationship to Blue? There, Hildra. Hilda. I spelled it wrong. That seems like a really hard thing to spell wrong. Yep. What's your relationship to Blue? You don't have any strings on each other, so you're not emotionally connected on that level. But
I mean, I know them. I see them around sometimes. I don't like the way they look at Dylan, but I'm just looking out for a friend.
Sure.
Okay, just looking out for a friend, huh? Okay.
I mean, you seem the
Yeah,
tiniest bit obsessed, and it's not like I care.
Wow, I just imagined you. Not like I care.
No, exactly.
Too busy.
I'll have the hair to flip to.
Too busy being chosen. Look at this cool artifact sword that I have.
So important.
Aristotle bled on it.
That seems.
I mean,
like
everyone wants the spear of Longinus, but who doesn't want the knife of Aristotle? So speaking of philosophy majors, let's go ahead and talk to who's left. Margaret?
Yeah. What are we doing? Stats?
Stats, moves, and backstory.
Okay. Now, am I correct that what I have automatically when I selected werewolf is my stats? Like, I don't need to do anything more to them, right?
Yeah, you put the stats in and you add 1 to them, right? And then everything should lock on the character sheet?
I put in that I was a werewolf, and the stats that are down match what's on the character description.
And you should be able to change it and like add 1 to one of them, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I believe you. I just don't see any note about that. So which one should I add? Or do I just pick?
You pick. Yeah, it's free choice.
Okay, sorry. It's been a long time since I played Monsterhearts. I can't remember what any of these mean. What are hot and cold? Sorry, guys. Let's remember how to play Monsterhearts really quick.
Hot is for turning someone on or manipulating an NPC. Cold is for spurning someone and holding steady. Volatile is lash out physically or run away. And dark is gaze into the abyss.
And that's bad.
I mean, you say bad. I remember Chaz using that to great effect.
If they get too negative, are you closer to the abyss? Like if dark goes to -5, is that closer as opposed to 5?
No, it means you're terrible at doing that thing.
Okay, great. I'm gonna add 1 to dark. Okay.
All right. Well,
I'll step 1 step closer to the abyss.
Welcome to being good at being darkness.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So my moves are I am uncontainable. When you attempt to escape any form of physical entrapment, I roll with volatile. On a 10+, I escape. On a 7 to 9, AP can offer me a hard bargain, and I can agree if I want to escape. And I also have heightened senses. When I rely on my animal instincts to make sense of a charged situation, roll with dark. On a 10+, I ask 3 questions. If I act on one of the answers, I get to add 1 to my first roll. And those questions are, where's my best escape route or the way in? Which enemy is the most vulnerable to me? What's their secret weakness? What poses the biggest threat to me? Or who's in control here?
Well, that is a thing, for sure. Yeah. Let's talk about some backstory. It seems like you've got a tough one there.
Backstory?
Yeah, on the character sheet, lower left-hand. Oh, is it not on the?
There's a blank. Oh, backstory. Oh, I'm sorry. There it is.
Above bio, yeah.
Sorry, I should have asked about this because I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay, backstory. I lack subtlety, so I give a string to everyone because I'm just. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's accurate.
That's a very reasonable situation to be in. As a teenager. Let's see here. Man, I am terrible at dragging these names around. People are watching me put these name tags up. It's like watching a disaster happen very slowly.
Oh my god. Yep. It's on delay, but I did say some.
Yep.
Zoom in, zoom out.
Yeah, let's talk about strings. You've got some to hand out, I think, right? Or is it the other way around?
I give a string to everyone.
All right, to everyone or the other players?
The text says everyone.
Yeah, you give it to the other players.
I assume it's the other players.
You've got, look at the second one. That looks good.
Yes, I'm
All right.
sorry. You spend weeks watching someone from a distance. Their scent and mannerisms are unmistakable to you now. I take 2 strings on them. And I think I might have a mad crush on Blue.
Oh, snap.
Oh man, you're watching Blue.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God, is that a cat? Is that a cat?
It is a cat. This is not the trouble cat.
Okay, it's a different cat.
A regular cat.
All right.
Yeah.
So you.
I have a mad crush on
Take
Blue,
2
but I'm in
strings.
denial.
Wow.
He's
So
too cool for me.
Dylan and Margaret both have 2 strings on Blue. Blue's life is kind of terrible right now, or really awesome, I guess.
Yeah, Blue's in an interesting place.
Yeah. So a couple questions here. I'm gonna go ahead and start asking specific questions to the players. With that hanging out there, I can't not ask. Tell me more about how it is you secretly watch Blue from it. Or is it secret? Is it not secret? You watch them from a distance. How does this go down? Is Blue like playing track and field or football or theater major, like doing some
I mean,
dance
he's all
routine?
gangly, so I feel like he's a perfect theater star.
All right.
I knew that kid in high school. I probably crushed on that kid in high school. Not everyone thought he was cute, but he was so cute.
So you watch them from the back of the theater while
I
they're
show up
practicing?
at all the rehearsals. I'm not even in theater. I'm just like, I'm kind of trying to get on the tech team to do the lighting and stuff.
I did that for show choir. I got an
Yeah,
A
yeah.
for 4 years for just showing up to build the set.
So I'm always backstage, like playing with the curtains and stuff, and I'm always in the wings when he's performing. And I'm just like, not looking.
All
Oh,
right.
I'll just watch this performance. For 1 second, guys.
Just really into theater, you know?
Yeah, I like the show.
Yeah.
That's why I go to every single performance every night.
But
Even
not
that-
the ones that Blue isn't in.
Yeah. I show up when I'm not actually on set just to get practice.
So the theater department has been practicing a new play that they have made up themselves called Pokemon the Musical. And Blue is center stage, Hilda. I want to know, are you involved with any of that? Like, do you even know it's happening? Do you watch it? Are you friends with other theater people? Or is this just like kind of event that you're too busy chosening stuff? Which I assume involves chopping things apart with swords.
so much chosen business.
Okay. I think I think part of it depends, like how into the theater scene is Dylan as well.
I actually really like that, like if like for it to be like kind of wrapped around this theater thing. So I think Dylan's probably pretty involved with it. If let's see. He probably is part of the no, actually he's probably in the play. Now that I'm thinking about it, he's definitely probably in the play and yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking that probably Hilda is like the props manager, like organize it, like basically she's not in the play, she doesn't actually like build stuff, but they're like, okay, we need a badass looking sword, and she's like and they're like,
I just happen to have a
Just
giant
supply the props.
yeah
Like, we have distributors for that. No, I got it.
no, yeah, exactly. No, it's fine. It saves the school a lot of money.
We're gonna need a
They don't
realistic
question
looking.
it. They're just like, yeah, she seems awesome.
Whatever.
I mean, this is can we establish that this is the kind of school where people don't question weird stuff happening? Like,
Yeah.
Sure.
when,
Of course.
listen,
Is your secret armory in the props department?
Yes, it is now.
you like pull a lever and and like a door swings open and there's like a Phantom of the Opera style staircase that goes down into
Don't
a
look
grand
at that.
And then there's
chandelier.
Ignore that
there's,
door,
like,
ignore-
this
ignore
whole
that.
area that nobody even knows about in the school. It's great.
It's broken, guys.
All right, second question to follow that up. As the Chosen, did you feel a call to like go down there? Did you build it, or did it exist and you found it because of your chosenness?
I feel like it already existed. Like it
Oh,
definitely already existed, and
okay.
then I joined the theater department, and then like I felt like this call, and there was like this door no one ever goes into. Maybe they didn't realize it was a door, and then I'm like, why doesn't anybody go down here? And then like there was like that one like spoopy montage of like going down there in the dark with a flashlight.
Oh, was there Scooby Doo
like,
music playing?
Yeah, and
I
like
have
getting
Phantom of the
scared
Opera
by
playing in my head though instead of
and
Da 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 da.
Now I really want to see a game with a stat called chosenness, where you roll plus chosenness to see how important you are.
I
How
have the most
special are
chosen.
you?
I
Like
would
bullets just go like right past you, just like just too special to be shot.
Perfect. Yeah. Let me keep asking some questions here, Dylan.
Yeah.
Xander is really good at paying his debts back. Like, when he gets things from you, he pays it back. Sometimes it's a little bit extra. Do you think Dylan knows, or do you think Xander knows what you are? Do you question it? Like, are you ever
Probably.
like, why are you paying me extra? This isn't necessary.
A little bit, probably. Like I bet I've even tried to. I bet I've tried to refuse it sometimes. Like, no. You only owe me $17. Here's $3 in change. No,
Okay.
like sometimes I've probably tried to refuse it because like it probably happened a couple times. Like, oh, whatever. He's probably just like really on it like that. But then it kept happening, and it's like, okay, what's going on here? So I probably suspect something that he might know or have some sort of inkling about, like the monster world or whatever.
Okay.
So I'm probably pretty careful when I make deals with him actually now. Like now that I know how weird he is about it.
Yeah. So, Margaret, I'm
Yes.
curious about you and Xander. What do you get when you smell him? Right? Because you've got that kind of otherworldly thing. You can track people to some extent. You get kind of an emotional state of people, maybe.
So we know about him that he pays his dues. And what else? Who is he? Do we know yet?
You know, I think they probably call him the Lannister, with the blonde hair and blue eyes, and the fact he always pays his debts. He's a huge Game of Thrones fan too. And you guys are a little young to be watching that show at 16. But his parents just let him watch it all the seasons.
Oh man,
since
he's
he
so
was
cool.
10 years
watch our old
old, he
movies.
started watching it.
He smells very clean.
Very clean.
Like really clean for a teenage boy. Like there is no musk. Just weird.
Okay, so he smells too clean, and it's a little weird. Got it. Let's go ahead and make this homeroom seating chart. There are 8 students in your homeroom class. Where do you sit? And then tell me where the other students sit. We've got Xander. We've got the professor, Professor Blue Oak. And then we're going to have 3 other students.
where's the door?
You know,
That's
probably
highly-
in my study of classroomology, I'm going to say the upper right-hand corner.
Yes.
Because the teacher needs to be able to look left and be like, all right, no one else is coming in the classroom.
I can take it.
Exactly.
In that case,
Hmm.
then that is where.
Oh, okay, so Hilda sits right by the door, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me more? Like, why? Why do you sit so close to the door? And especially as a teenager, to risk yourself at the front of the classroom? You could get
Right?
called on.
Oh.
I could get called on, but I'm also prone to showing up like just at the bell, so I can just kind of slide into my seat.
I did that in Mandarin class, yeah.
Right. And also, just in case, I get the page on the bat phone that says there's some weird, spoopy shit only the chosen can deal with.
Your chosen phone.
I'm curious. How do you deal with that when you're in class?
Like,
Do you just have you stolen like a lot of sick passes to go to the nurse or something? Do you just say like I really have to go to the bathroom, teacher?
like I feel like it doesn't happen that often. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
But when it does,
once a month or so, does it happen during school hours or whatever? And when it does, it's like I feel like there's just been like she just walks out.
okay, no
And,
explanation.
Yeah, the teacher's like, excuse me, and then she's already gone. And like, yeah, like, and the teacher's like, when she comes back, is like, where were you or whatever? And she's like, don't worry about it.
You're covered in like ectoplasm. There's a sword hilt
Fine.
over your shoulder.
Mhm.
I'm noticing a lot of cornering going on here. I believe that Margaret, you sat down in the back right-hand corner first. What's the deal with that?
Well, I want to be on the same side as the door, but I
Okay.
also really don't want to draw any attention to myself.
Yeah, that's understandable given.
So I strategically chose the most unobtrusive corner that with an easy exit.
Yeah, Dylan. What about you? I mean, isn't it hard to conduct business from the back left?
Well, from back here, I can watch everybody.
Oh, observation is important to your strategy.
Yes.
I see.
And to see who's passing notes to whom.
Yeah, where did Dylan and Xander sit? Not Dylan, Oak and Xander.
Blue has to be blue.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Right, of course.
I mean, of course. I feel like Xander's probably
This is
black.
blue.
Mm-hmm.
Xander's drawing in the back.
Pure darkness.
Is blue like up front? Like
I feel like blue would definitely be in the T. Somewhere.
but maybe he's cool, so he's off to one side. It's like not too on the nose.
Like maybe here.
Yes, this is the game where I played Chaz last time.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Blue here then?
Yeah.
Cool. And there we go.
For Xander.
Yeah.
So Xander's got to be his square's got to be gray. Probably.
I already kind of said where I thought that that Oak was sitting, but I kind of feel like I'm torn. Like on one hand, I feel like Xander would want to sit close to me to kind of like be like, "I'm on to you," and on the other hand, I feel like he would want to sit close to Dylan to be like, "I'm on to you." And then on the other hand, I feel like he'd want to stay away from that so he can be like, I'm watching.
Always watching. Always.
It's creepy.
It's a little creepy. I don't know.
He's too clean, you know?
He's too clean. He's too clean.
Too clean.
So like
It's true.
here,
It's horrible.
here, or maybe here.
Yeah, I like over here in the like on the side. Good thing
Yeah.
there. Cool. Yeah.
Here? Okay.
There's some question about the last time we played. Tux, Suzanne, and I were all in a game with Eric. I'm going to include that in the description of this video.
Cool.
So if you like this one, go ahead and watch that one.
Mhm.
Let's talk about the 2 people we don't have on them, or the 3 people we don't have. We need some more homeroom students.
Yeah.
You know, just people who will probably incidentally die in the background during.
Fine.
It just happens.
Of course, of course. Let's see. We need another color.
Like a beige, good NPC color.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So who sits up here in the left corner?
Frank.
Frank. Frank failed a few times. He's like the oldest guy in the class.
All right. Well, we just learned
Ooh.
something. Frank, what is he like? 18, 19?
Yeah, he's like 18, and he's got like a really like a surprisingly full beard. Like he's just super proud of it because he's never shaved like ever. You know?
I know what that's like. Yeah.
Can we get a valedictorian up here?
Oh, Mr. or Mrs. Yellow right there in the middle.
Yellow with pink border.
Tell me more
Very
about this
pretty.
person.
I'm thinking Sailor Moon.
Her name is Serena.
Yeah, except
Yeah.
good at school. Serena was really good at school. She would be this.
So never mind. I'm not
the personality of Sailor Moon with the brains of.
Well, I feel like I probably can't pull that off, except does she trip over a lot of stuff and cry and just say, "In the name of the moon, I will smite you"? So in that manner, can I request that there's like a tuxedo mask type person? Or this is going to be
jerk.
really specific.
A
but
giant jerk who says vague things and then says bye.
you,
You can do it.
I haven't watched the new Sailor Moon at all, but I had I have a sister who watched Sailor Moon when we were kids. And so I know that there was a specific point in time where he lost his memories and he was like
More than once.
He was like a Middle Eastern Lancer. He turned into like some sort of spear wielding Moonlight Knight or something.
Mm-hmm.
Can this be that guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it can.
Yeah, great.
Absolutely.
And he sits where exactly?
The back.
Yeah.
More or less.
Does he spend all his time looking at Serena up there, or is there? Okay, so
he
yeah,
doesn't know why, because this is like Moonlight Night version where he doesn't actually remember her.
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't know why he watches her. He's like, there's something so familiar about that girl. I actually can I propose that he's actually like Middle Eastern? You know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Sure.
We don't need a full classroom of white people.
Put him here.
Yeah.
Super shady dark purple.
So, let's call him maybe Omar,
Sure.
after my favorite Wire character, and obsessed with Serena but doesn't know why.
I like there's a second layer of backstory to our song.
I mean, they have their own problems going on. Okay. Yeah, so we start off on, you know what? Let's talk about the place that this takes place in. Is this like America, Canada, the moon? I don't know. You tell me. I mean, we got a werewolf. The moon isn't that weird.
Probably like a. I want to say it's like a suburb. Something like that, like outside of a big city or something.
Yeah.
Okay. What part of a country is it in? You know?
Part of a country.
You know, Seattle is very different than, say, Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Better. Sorry.
I mean, I think you're about
Not to
to
be
throw
snooty.
down with at least 1/5 of the American population on that one.
Yep. Atlantans love Atlanta.
I mean, I lived in Atlanta and I hated it. Fucking peaches. People are obsessed with peaches, man.
The
Terrible.
only time I was in Atlanta was when my flight got canceled and I had to stay there overnight. And I've seen from the airport to hotel paid for by the airport and back to the airport.
Yeah, well, that's the
Wow.
that's the
Pouring
thing.
rain
You
the
missed
entire
out. I lived there
Mm.
during the Olympics. It was amazing and awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, the lost city of Atlanta, featuring its airport.
No, get out. Get out. Get out.
I don't know. I've never really lived in a huge city before. So like the idea of living either on the outskirts of a city or in a smaller city.
I always just imagine that every high school is in New Jersey somewhere. Every high school in the world is just somehow.
Portal.
So, are we in a
New
New
Jersey.
Jersey suburb then?
Sure.
Right, sure.
Okay.
Like probably one like. So we're probably a suburb of New York or something like that. That's like a little bit like in.
I mean, yeah, if you're on the very, very north side of New Jersey, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So it's cold. It's always cold, except when it's way too hot. But yeah, it's cold outside right now. Let's say it's not 100 degrees like literally everywhere in the world is right now. This weather is terrible for Pokemon Go, by the way, which is why they're producing Pokemon the Musical.
Of course. Yeah. Makes sense.
Sure.
Everybody's getting ready for Thanksgiving. It's that time of year.
Okay.
You know, post-Halloween, there was a bit of stuff going on at Halloween. Xander disappeared for a while. He was gone for like 3 days. The Chosen probably had to slay a few things. There was a full moon on Halloween, of course.
Yeah,
So you had your own deal. And the Fae were having their, moonlight dance. So, I mean, Halloween this year was happening. But now you guys you're staging down. It's almost time for Thanksgiving break. It's just a few days away. And your teacher is just like, damn it, Hilda. If you continue to turn in work like this, you're going to fail this class.
This is the best I can do. I've been working really hard every day.
No, you constantly leave my classroom and then explain. I mean, you even spelled Aristotle's name wrong. It's an A, not an E.
Well, maybe you should pronounce it correctly then.
And he takes the papers and throws them at the wall, and they splatter against the window, and the paper clip goes off, and they fly everywhere. And he's like, "Go to the principal's office right now. You think you're some sort of, special chosen person? No, you're a regular teenager, like all the rest of your classmates. You think you're better than them? What's happening with you, Dylan, Margaret? The teacher is kind of egging on the rest of the class to shun your good friend."
I'm in the back, kind of just watching the whole thing. I've got a coin that I usually have that I'm flipping around, and I've got that. I'm just kind of doing that as I'm watching, and I think I'm watching that thing, and then I start eyeing up Blue, getting some ideas. And I think I'm gonna let what's happening. I'm gonna let what's happening happen, and then I'll make my moves later.
I just, from the very back of the room, under my breath, say, "Yeah, Hilda, you're not better than me."
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Damn.
Cool.
Wow.
And go back to doodling on my notebook.
Wow.
I'll go ahead and get up and go to the principal's office.
Yeah. What's going to happen is Xander takes the moment to wrap his arm around his chair and turn around and talk back to Margaret and be like, "You see her? She thinks she's so much better than us."
You smell like Lysol.
Thank you. I try to bathe at least twice a day.
That's too many times.
Are you sure?
I don't like water.
Well, that's unfortunate. I was going to ask you if you wanted to come to a cool party this weekend.
Ugh. But no. Mackert is very not into it.
Yeah, and so the teacher is like watching this discussion, and he's like, "Is there something you want to share with the class, Margaret? Or can I get back to discussing philosophy, the very important topic that you will use throughout your entire life on a daily basis?" You raise an eyebrow at him. He's like, "Are you sassing me?"
No. No, I'm not. I just go back to drawing in my notebook.
What's happening with you over there, Mr. Fay? Dylan? This is unusual. This doesn't normally happen in the classroom.
Yeah, I think the teacher's being a little weird today. Let's see, what's my... Oh, darn, I'm not that cold.
Are you really going to let something like stats stop you from doing what you want?
What's our teacher's name?
Let's say Lysander?
Mr. Lysander?
Yeah. Had to come up with a name quick. Yeah. Lysander looks good.
I think I'm going to raise my hand and say, Mr. Lysander, maybe instead of yelling at all the students for not really doing anything, we should actually get back to philosophy.
Are you trying to shut him down?
I am trying to shut him down.
Well, in the words of Yu-Gi-Oh, I think it's time to duel.
Okay, let's do this thing. Oh yeah, no modifiers. Right, no modifiers.
No modifiers.
Yeah, nothing. I don't have any strings or anything with him.
Come at me, bro.
Why?
Yeah, a good 5. Yeah.
Alrighty, what happened?
We didn't highlight stats.
Oh, well, we're not. I mean, this is a one shot.
Oh.
I guess that's true. It doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, you don't get it every time.
We're not gonna EXP at the end of the session, I think. But that is the thing we should. You know what? You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's just go ahead and do it. I don't even know the procedure. Whoops.
Yeah, I forget if it's.
I can't remember.
Don't worry about it then. Never mind.
All right, we'll not worry about it.
I was like, what?
You know, it's weird. It should be in the first session thing, but it isn't.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not.
Seating chart, but nothing on that thing. All right, we'll not worry about it. But there is a way to gain experience by rolling certain stats. Yeah. So the teacher, Mr. Lysander, turns and starts talking to you, Dylan. And it's very like, young man, listen here. And like for you, time is slowing down, and all you hear is like, and then you see from the chalkboard like kind of a ghostly purple tentacle arm comes out and starts like, it's not wrapping it around his head as in physically touching him, but it's like circling him, preparing to squeeze. And then that moment cuts off and you snap back to reality. And he's like, what do you have to say about yourself, Mr. Bore?
Did we all see that? Everyone?
No, only Dylan saw it.
Oh.
Okay.
Mr. Bore, I'm waiting.
Sorry, sir. I was just hoping to get back to your engaging lesson.
Yeah, he's just like, fine. All right. So, a bowl is most useful when it's empty. Why? Why is that? And he points to Magritte and is like, "Tell me more. Why is a bowl most useful when it's empty?" You did read the assigned chapters, didn't you?
Of course. Trying to think of it. I'm actually trying to think of a response. You can put stuff in it.
Exactly. A bowl is most useful when it's empty because you can put stuff in it. When a bowl is already filled, nothing can be put into it. It is no longer a bowl. It is a storage device. And he continues to go on about this, and we cut over with the drifting monologue to the hallway that Hilda is walking down towards the principal's office. And, you know, it's a typical Jersey school, probably built in, like, the 70s. It's got linoleum everywhere. Everything looks scuffed. Half the lockers don't have locks on them anymore because they've been ripped out. Plenty of graffiti anywhere, but at least it's relatively clean. But when you start going to the principal's office, everything becomes darker, both physically and spiritually. The walk to the principal's office, the farther down you go on it, the like farther away the end of the hallway appears.
Oh no.
And the walls seem to start closing in. There are spiders that crawl along the ceiling, and it always smells of garbage until you get to the principal's office. Do you bring anything with you when you go down this hallway?
I mean, probably my backpack,
Okay.
which may or may not have like at least a tonfa in it or something, because, yeah, reasons.
Yeah, so there's an actual half man, half spider who guards this hallway. He doesn't stop most mortals, but any monsters, he stops them and demands a price of them before they get to the principal's office. And this is particularly bad for you, because it considers you to be one of the baddest monsters around. And as you're going down there, the like half man, half spider is hanging upside down from the ceiling and is like, ah.
Which halves are which?
I mean, it's a human torso with a spider body.
Oh, okay.
That seems like top heavy.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Yeah. Okay. So it kind of looks like a dusting brush.
It looks a lot like a drider.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense.
All right, Jean.
I mean, I felt I should just cram as many references to other shows in as possible.
Good, brilliant. I love it. So I've made this trip before.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've probably been sent to the principal a few times. Everybody has in this school.
Mhm.
Sometimes they just send you just to screw
yeah.
with people. Yeah. The teachers here really just phone it in on a regular basis.
Okay. I feel like he has a favorite flavor of Pop-Tarts.
Did you bring the strawberry chocolate frosting with sprinkles?
That was the best kind.
They didn't have any kind with sprinkles, but I brought you a pack of sprinkles.
Did you bring the s'mores then?
I got you the strawberry chocolate and separate sprinkles. Come on, man.
It's not good enough. What else will you give me?
I like start rummaging through my backpack. I've got my notes from chem class.
It starts reaching down into your backpack to rummage with you with 3 of its little tentacle legs. Sorry, spider legs. I'm really just... Don't worry, tentacles will come back later.
Need more tentacles in your life.
It's not a sentence I ever want to hear.
Do you have a weapon on you of some kind? Oh, the tonfa. Yeah, it pulls the tonfa out and is like, this, I'll take this.
All right.
I can sense the power in it. Yes. It's mine now. Go see the principal. And it folds itself up against the ceiling, and as it flattens itself there, its body sinks into the shadows on the ceiling until it disappears, but you can still see its arachnid eyes sticking out of the ceiling. I'm watching. I'm always watching.
Always watching.
Hmm.
I sigh at the lack of my tonfa and then go into the principal's office. Put the Pop-Tarts back in my bag.
So the principal is Ron Perlman. Miss Parks, nothing ever changes around here. Can I ask why you're back in my office? And he like turns slowly in his swivel chair. He's got a cigar, which is super illegal. Is there some reason you've been sent back to my office yet again?
Mr. Lysander doesn't like me.
Well, that's
He
true.
threw my assignment across the room. I had a passing grade. D- is a passing grade.
D- is not a passing grade, young lady. A D- shows a failure to commit. A failure to commit. Hilda Parks, when you were accepted to this academy, that was a name that I heard was going to be great. I heard you were destined for great things, that you were chosen to be better than all the rest, like no one ever was. That's our school motto.
I
That's our
am the
school
best.
motto. Are you the best? You think a D- is a best? That's loser talk. That's
think-
loser talk.
That Mr. Lysander is not grading me fairly.
Mr. Lysander holds you to the highest standards of education of this school. Now, we are not a competitive athletic school, as you know. We do not get football scholarships here. We are the Northeast Regional New Jersey's #1 competitive theater department. Parents from around the Northeast regional area and some suburbs of New York City, including but not limited to Harlem and Queens, send their children to this particular school in the hopes that some spark of the brilliance of our founder will rub off on them. Do you really think anyone wants to see a kid with a D- graduating from here, young lady? Miss Parks?
Are you threatening to expel me over this?
Threatening? That's ridiculous. Threatening to expel you? No, we're just going to hold you back a grade.
Ugh. Fine. I'll try harder.
Huh. Try harder, huh? You think that's enough? I don't want you to try harder, Miss Parks. I want you to be the very best, like no one ever was. By the end of the semester, after Thanksgiving break, I want you to ace Mr. Lysander's test. I want you to have the highest score in the entire class, or we are going to hold you back.
You can count on me.
And as you say that, your bat phone goes off. What? Tell me the nature of your choseniness. Like, how are you informed of the arriving of other things?
Yeah, like I feel like there's like a crowdsource app, like when you're like if you see weird shit going down,
It's
you're
Ghostbusters.
like,
It's Ghostbusters.
yeah, yes,
Okay.
sure, totally. It's pretty much Ghostbusters.
So this town has its own like Northeast Regional New Jersey Weird Things Happening app. It's called What's Happening.
What's happening?
What's happening? Perfect.
What's
What's
happening?
happening? Yeah. And so when people see spooky shit or like weird monsters attack, you start you social media that shit and put a ping on my phone.
Yeah. Do you answer it? Because you've
Yes.
heard that the principal can be rather down, like cell phones are something that this particular school does not like people having. If they see the cell phone in class, they take it from people, and like put it in a thing that you get back at the end of the semester?
All right. So I feel like there's like this moment where it like starts like ringing or whatever, and like I'm like I hit vibrate or like put it
Yeah,
on.
yeah. He's like, what was that?
It's the alarm to take my medication.
Okay, I accept that. You seem like the kind of person who requires medication.
Oh, snap. Snap.
Oh, I got told.
And then he's like, he just takes a big puff on his cigar and is like, I'm just kidding. I assume it's like diabetes or asthma related or something. Don't take it too personally, kid.
I'd appreciate if you didn't smoke in front of me.
I mean, sure. And he like puts the cigar out. The thing is, when he talks, smoke still keeps coming out of his mouth. Like, this definitely shouldn't be happening. He's like, all right, come on. You know, I spent years as an improv comedian, so sometimes the zingers are coming. You know what? There's only like 10 minutes left in the class period. There's no reason to send you back to Mr. Lysander. Go outside. Have fun. I don't know. Get your head straight. And prepare to learn a lot more about Aristotle.
Thank you, Principal Proman. And then I'm gonna book it out of there and check my phone. Like, second I'm outside of the door.
Yeah, there are several reports that are coming in. So as you're walking back down the hallway past Spider-Man in the ceiling, slowly everything starts getting lighter and lighter. The walls aren't as cramped anymore. The little spiders go away. And like the silence becomes, the sound of teachers teaching and the of chalk on the chalkboard. And the app is telling you that there are reports of some sort of like multi-dimensional higher bulk being beast that's been reaching out into people's like cars as they're driving around town and ripping them out of the car and then into another dimension.
Sure.
And then they're returned, and something's different about them. People are like, my husband was ripped into a higher dimension for 47 seconds, and when he came back, all he wanted to do was play with our kids and our dog. He hasn't played with our kids and our dog in 7 years.
We don't even have kids or a dog.
He's missed my son's last 2 birthdays because he's at work, but now he's taking the day off. And there's a lot of reports of like negligent people who don't spend a lot of time with their pets and children who are disappearing and then mysteriously spending a lot of time with those things.
That sounds weirdly sinister. Yeah, so like I'm gonna send a text to Dylan and Margaret, being like, meet me by the bleachers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's cut back into the classroom. Phones on vibrate, or do you still have them ringer on?
Vibrate.
I think I forgot to turn mine off.
All right, what's your ringtone for the chosen one?
Who lets the? Oh no, mine.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
It's your ringtone that you have chosen for the chosen one. That would play when she texts you.
Oh, I
Yes.
don't think I'm that cool.
A text
Oh,
tone.
you're not that cool?
I
Okay.
have like separate ringtones for different.
What's your
people.
default ringtone then?
Who let
I
the
mean, a text tone. And
All right, as that happens, almost freakishly fast, Mr. Lysander's like, who is that? Who has a cell phone in this room?
I'm like scrambling for it and being really, really obvious. Going in my backpack and like, not me.
Yeah, that's when Xander stands up and is like, it was me. Please, this is my phone. I left it on. Here, take it. And he doesn't walk, he strides. He seems like the kind of person who's used to wearing a cape just the way that his shoulders are set. He strides up to the teacher and puts, you know, like a black flip phone. The phone's probably like a decade old. And then, like, as he turns around from Lysander, like, thumbs up towards Magret on the way back. No? You look kind of... Yeah.
I hate him. I hate everyone, but I hate him.
So he shrugs at Omar as he's coming back, and Omar is just like, ugh. It looks at Magret, and then is like,
We share a moment of what is going on right now.
Yeah, everybody just confused in the classroom, and in that moment, Blue leans back towards our good friend and expert dealer, Dylan. Is like, hey, Dylan, hey.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Listen, I need some stuff.
Do you now?
Yeah.
Tell me what it is you need.
You know, I just want to make sure we're in the same kind of department. The thing I need is kind of specific.
Yeah, of course. You know the deal. You get me something and
Yeah. Do you have a shotgun with silver pelleted rounds?
I might know someone.
Okay, yeah. Keep it on the DL. I just, need one by end of the day.
Really? Mind
What would you need for something like that?
what might you need that for?
Things. So I wanted to go hunting this weekend.
With
It's
silver rounds.
It's Thanksgiving, and my family typically does some hunting around this time of year.
Silver make the turkey taste better?
Let's go with that.
Okay. Yeah, I can look into that. You
What do you need for something like that?
you promised me you're gonna help Hilda out with her work.
What kind of work?
Like schoolwork.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. They don't call me the professor for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And as Blue is turning back around, he does one last eye smolder over the shoulder at our good friend the Fae, and his Careless Whisper is playing. He's like da 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 da. Yeah, Dylan. Nothing? You don't feel anything from that connection that you just shared?
I'm looking and smiling. I think I give him a wink.
All right. I don't think you see it, but immediately he begins drawing like hearts in his notebook, just constant hearts. It's like Dylan X Blue, Dylan X Prof. Yeah.
Dylan Oak.
Dylan Oak. Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
So good. The word senpai is repeated several times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after a few minutes, class lets out, freeing all of you from your societal obligation and bringing about the end of the day. As you're leaving, Xander bumps into you, Dylan, and is like, "Hey,
Xander?
what do you know about Hilda?"
Hilda.
Yeah, I'm looking for, some information. You're cool friends with her.
It's true. Anything specific?
Yeah, you could say I'm looking for her weaknesses, things, her favorite flavor of ice cream, where her family lives. I'm planning a party this weekend, and I'd like to go there personally to invite her to it.
So subtle.
Really?
Yes. Can you get me information like that?
I might be able to tell you something.
I mean, we've worked well in the past together.
It's true.
And I need
I
that.
happen to notice that you invited certain people to this party.
Are you fishing for an invite? Is that the price you'd like?
Yes.
How about +1?
All right.
Bring a date.
That'll do.
It's that kind of party. And Xander, again, it's like he has a cape, but he's not physically wearing one. He does the hand gesture you would do to flare a cape out when you turn and walk away. He does that, but there's no cape, so it just looks really odd. Does the party of chosen, I'm going to say adventurers, because it sounds like you're about to go on an adventure.
I know.
Does this party of adventurers gather up somewhere by the bleachers?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe I now that we're out, I check my phone and like, oh, meet me by the thing. Oh, great, I have to talk to her. Yeah, so I'll head out to where she asked us to meet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I assume I get the same text, so I will also go there.
All right, good. You're both here. Listen, there's been some reports, and I show them the phone app with like all the reports on it. We need to play hooky, and or school. Is this like the last day of the last class of school?
This is probably like the Thursday. You still have one more class tomorrow. You have a day tomorrow.
Okay, but for today,
Today's Thursday.
Okay.
But I meant, so classes are completely over. We're not going to be skipping
Yeah,
school.
no, you don't have to skip school.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah. All right, we need to hop a bus and get downtown as quickly as possible.
Why?
I just showed you there's monsters pulling people into an higher dimension and changing their personalities.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I'm destined to fight against.
I don't know if we should stop that. It sounds pretty cool.
Anything else to go on? Like,
Maybe if we get there, we'll find out.
I mean, I'm interested.
Fine.
I thought you guys were my friends.
I'm telling. I want to go.
All right, let's go.
I'll go if everyone else is going. Fine.
Let's make a quick stop by the theater.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, sure. Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, when you get to the theater, Magritte, Blue is up on stage, practicing lines alone. Someone has left a spotlight on in the dark room, so it's just shining down on Blue, who is in a monologue about how closely his Pikachu and himself have begun syncing. And now that their hearts are one, they can perform the ultimate ability, Thundershock. And they will never be stopped, and they can finally defeat Red.
Wow. Wherever we come in, I just sort of stay in the doorway and stare at him from afar. Just like, I want to be his Pikachu.
Rest of the party, what's,
Yep, we come in. We come in and see him, and I like probably just give him like an up nod if he looks our way, and then I'll follow Hilda. Probably like now that we're here, I'll be whispering, but I'll probably be like informing Hilda like, hey, Xander's asking about you.
What do you want?
Information, like he was making a profile on you or something.
I don't trust him.
this when you pull the lever and the staircase?
Yeah, exactly.
The fake door. I can give him
The
some.
lever is like a torch sconce, like white here.
Yes.
That we just have in our high school theater.
Mhm. Yeah, so then we like head downstairs and like
Tell
I
us about
grab-
this armory.
Oh man.
I really want there to be a chandelier just for Phantom of the Opera
Oh.
references, because that thing falls constantly.
Of course.
So it's like there's like a spiral staircase leading down to it because there has to be
Of course.
one. And it's like got that mysterious lighting where you don't actually see into the lighting sources, but it's still like brightly lit, you know, not like super brightly lit, but just the like warm lighting like perfectly. And there's like a wall of costumes and like a wall of like prop swords and other assorted weapons. And then there's like a pedestal with like some weird like artifact statue thing on it that definitely resonates some kind of magic that we don't really want to touch it, but it's there. That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like we
Okay.
go in there, like I'm like picking up a like a dagger and like putting it in my backpack, and I'm like taking like a small mace and like handing it to Dylan.
Take it like, that'll work, I guess.
Yeah, and like carefully pick out what like a replacement tonfa for myself. Something for Margaret.
You know, where's mine? What, you don't want me to have a weapon?
Like I feel like you would have like you would use a bow and arrow. That's ridiculous, but this is your
Got any
werewolf,
guns?
but, like,
I mean, I feel like brass knuckles maybe to go with the wolfiness.
okay, brass knuckles, totally.
You know, because you can use them in either form.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Can
Well,
we
there's no guns because that's too modern. This
can
is
we
like-
cut to Margaret real quick?
Yeah.
So after a particularly dramatic flourish, when the Pikachu, it seems, is down from the lot, it's hard to infer what's happening from only one side of a conversation. But Blue is lamenting his Pikachu's defeat and preparing to choose his next Pokemon to travel out. He jumps down and starts not exactly marching, but kind of awkwardly long stepping towards your location, which is something he hasn't done before. He's never bothered you in the theater, but now he's like da 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 da.
Like, I can't tell if he's still acting or if he's just walking.
Yeah, he's
towards
heading
me.
directly towards you, super nerding out for sure.
Is he looking at me?
Oh yeah, I mean yeah.
I think I'm just like, he's not coming to me, but he's walking right towards me. But it's part of it, but he's coming right towards me. And I'm just like
right
sitting
in
there
the
like,
doorway.
is it happening?
Yeah, he stops right in front of you and he's like, "Hi."
Hi.
What did you think of my performance?
It's okay. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it was okay. I feel like I could have really done better. And we get like his internal monologue. He's like, "Oh shit, you didn't like it." Okay, we can recover this. And he just takes a deep breath and really cool, like he's like, "You know, I've been watching you, watching me, watching you for a while now."
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You know, nothing. It's a theater thing. I'm Blue. He puts his hand out kind of awkwardly. It's not like the halfway handshake where it's between the two of you. It's like practically stabbing you in the stomach with the motion. And then he pulls it back a little bit, like, yeah, I'm Blue. Just in case you don't know who I am.
We're in the same homeroom class.
Yeah, I knew that. I just wanted to make sure. It's a theater thing. Don't worry about it.
I've also known you since I was like 5. Not that I noticed,
Uh,
because I don't really like you very much.
and he's
I have
like,
to go.
yeah, I don't really like you either, but there's a party this weekend at Xander's. I don't know if you wanted to go or anything. I've got an invite. It's okay if you don't want to. I'm just asking you because it's ironic. But as a werewolf, you can hear the beating of his heart, and it's like, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Because you've got 2 strings on him, so.
I just go really, really high school. I'm trying to decide if I don't think I even believe him.
Okay.
I think just go, what the hell's wrong with you? And I just walk past him and I leave.
I think what you're doing is running away, right?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and roll volatile.
Right,
then.
we have stats in this game.
Yeah, we have. I know it's rough. We haven't done a lot of things that use stats yet.
Is that cold then?
It's volatile when you run
great.
away.
Perfect.
Yep.
Good at running away.
I mean, yeah, you are great at doing this.
Okay. So.
Oh no!
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
Because I hate feelings.
Yes. Rolling because I hate feelings.
Yeah.
I mean, oof.
Super failure. I mean, the 7 to 9 are all really bad, so I feel like the 6 has to be exceptionally bad.
Rough.
So, yeah, you go running away from him, but because you're a werewolf, you still hear what's happening in the theater with his voice bouncing everywhere. When he thinks that you can't hear him, you're like outside in the hallway waiting, and he's like, stupid. That was so stupid. Stupid. Of course you knew who you were. You've known each other since you were 5. You remember the day. And you can hear him like hitting himself in the head with his fist, and he's like, so dumb. So dumb. And then you can smell the saltiness of his tears as he starts crying in a seat in the last row of the theater, alone in the dark.
Oh,
Blue, no.
He's just like, so
so
dumb.
many feelings. Feelings are the worst. I'm hungry.
And with that note, we cut back to Dylan and the choosiest choice of all. Once you guys got all your weapons, anything else going on down there?
I think I'm still like with Hilda, I say, yeah, what do you want me to do about this Xander thing?
I like place a hand on his like upper arm, and I'm like, I trust you to do the right thing. Protect me.
I can give him something fake, or I could. You know this. I can give him your number, and you can do what you do.
I mean, I don't want to hurt him.
He might want to hurt you.
Really?
From my experience, when someone asks for this much information, it's not generally good.
What do you suggest, Dylan? I know how to fight monsters, not boys.
Boys are stupid.
You come walking in and
I
say
just
that?
chime in.
Okay.
Stupid.
like you circled around and came down the stairs.
I think I came down the stairs as this conversation was going on.
I'm like, as soon as you say that, like my hand immediately lifts off of his shoulders. Definitely was not there the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what. I give him your number. You lead him on a little bit, and we'll see what he wants. And I think I followed up. I put my hand on your shoulder. I'm like, come on, you can trust me. We've been through a lot together. And I am offering you an experience point to do what I want.
Using strings.
I am using a string.
Okay.
Yeah. I will take that.
Okay.
So you spent that string, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Alrighty.
I mean, here you go, making promises to other people. It's dangerous in your line of work. Can we get...
I got this. I got this.
We're close to a break, but I really want to have one last scene of everybody on the bus. I feel
Okay.
like the buses out here are like double-decker London tour buses with
Sure.
red paint jobs.
Of course.
The town,
as you do.
it's like a little historical town. There were plenty of battles. George Washington slew, what do you call those things? Chupacabra in this town during the American Revolution. And there's been a history of, you know, epic battles against the supernatural here. It's been quiet for, you know, ever since the invention of the internet. Supernatural stuff has kind of gotten way more hush-hush in the town. People just assume it's all gone away. Witches aren't real, of course. Neither are vampires. Those are ridiculous things people made up. Everyone knows on the internet that those things are fake. Look at this medical report.
Not according to this dark website that I found.
Yeah. Where do you guys sit on this double-decker bus? I mean, are you back of the bus, top part back, front of the bus,
top part back.
top part back?
I
Oh,
have
yeah.
to be at a window seat because I want to press my face up against the window.
Okay. As you're driving through the middle of town, there's this young man with sandy hair that blows in the breeze, chasing a corgi in a circle around in the park, standing there with his girlfriend, and she's just like, "This is great. This is great. I can't believe you're spending time with him." And he's just like, "Come on, boy. Come on, boy." And as you look out around the park is full of people playing with their animals.
Is the noise that I make as we go past a park filled with dogs.
What about the rest of you?
Look at this. It's spreading. Whatever's happening, it's happening everywhere. Got to get on top of this.
I'm just gonna say, at first glance, this doesn't seem bad. People are playing with their dogs. That's something. Do you know any weird?
When you look out, it's not just people playing with their dogs. There are people walking their cats.
Oh,
No one acted horrified and shocked yet. All right, that's supposed to be. I don't know about you, but I've never
okay.
seen someone
Walking
walking
your
their
cat.
cat.
Yeah, I look. That's what, it's just people playing with their dogs. I don't know what the big deal.
Ferrets,
Guys, it's
tarantulas.
not walking their cat.
Guys, there's a cat. There's a cat. Do you
Yeah.
see that cat? There's like
Walking
a
their
cat
cat,
over
like-
there.
Oh, okay. This is a problem. Okay, yeah, something's wrong. Never mind.
Cat.
Are people walking their fish too?
Yeah, there are a number of young men and women who have fish bowls and are carrying them. There's one guy who's like, "Hey guys, come on." He's got a pickup truck and people are putting aquariums in the back of it and then hopping on it and like petting the water of the aquarium. They're like, "Yeah."
All right, that's just weird.
Yeah, it's getting
Yeah.
really
Okay.
weird.
Now that never mind. I apologize. This is not. Never mind. Yes.
Told you.
Yeah.
It's not horrifying so much as it's just weird and dumb. Like, I don't know if these people are possessed or if they're just dumb.
Yeah.
We need to find out.
And I feel like as the bus comes to a stop and we hear the of the brakes and all of you jerk forward, the doors all open, and that's a good place to take our like 7-minute break.
Yeah.
I don't know where this story is going. Much like Hamilton, I'm flying by the seat of my pants, but I want to point out it is National Dog Day, so walk your fucking dog. Walk your dog! They like being walked. They do. But don't walk your cat because they're horrible monsters.
I mean, I took my cat to the vet. That's kind of like walking her.
Sure, let's go with that. If you're wondering, my cat is currently, I can literally hear her opening the door in the stairwell. She is capable of, like a velociraptor, opening the door down to my broadcast center. So I'm going to go deal with that and probably give her treats until she stops screaming. And we'll be back in about 7 minutes. Follow all these people on Twitter. Enjoy the break music.